Welcome to the Cowbell Kingdom postgame show. I am James Ham, standing courtside at Sleep Train Arena, where the Sacramento Kings fall to the Toronto Raptors by a final of 117 to 109. This was really a tale of four quarters. Basically, the Kings fell asleep at the wheel in the first and third and got run off the court. They couldn't make up for the deficits in the second and the fourth, and so they fall. This is their fourth straight loss, and it's a crushing blow to lose a game like this at home. No DeMarcus Cousins again tonight. He misses his third straight game with flu-like symptoms. He's been struggling with headaches, fevers, and the Kings thought he would go tonight, but right before tip-off, he decided that he was not going to be able to go, and it was a huge blow. If they have DeMarcus Cousins tonight, there's a good chance that they win this game because the Toronto Raptors have no answer for Cousins in the post. Let's go to some of the keys to tonight's game. First up, Ben McLemore was excellent. He finished his game with 21 points on 8 of 17 shooting. He has a highlight dunk, and let's go to Ben talking about that highlight dunk because that's going to be on SportsCenter and just about everywhere else because it was absolutely insane.
I'm just going out there playing best I can. You know, like you said, my confidence is tremendous right now, and I just want to keep it up. You know, keep getting better each and every day. You know, working on my game, and yeah, that dunk was kind of sweet. I know everybody was jumping up and stuff. I think that dunk right there changed a lot of momentum. You know, I just try to go out there and give a lot of energy, you know, on both ends of the floor.
This crowd is a great crowd, and sometimes a dunk like that can get them into the game. Is that something you're going to look to sort of do, get breakaways and run the show?
Yeah, just keep being aggressive. I think I was just being aggressive out there on the floor, and you know, I just made a play for myself, and you know, try to bring a lot of energy to the game.
McLemore is doing a very nice job of scoring. He's doing a very nice job on the defensive end, but there's something that's kind of hiding in his stats. He is not doing a good job at either rebounding or handing out the ball for assists or picking up steals. He's really, at this point, he's a defender and a scorer, and he needs to start building on that and start doing more things. He's not a stat stuffer, which we've seen out of other guys. Like tonight, Rudy Gay finishes with 20 points, a career-high 10 assists tonight, and 6 rebounds in the loss. This is one of his former teams. He would have liked to have stuck it to Toronto, but they did a really nice job, Toronto, of going at Rudy Gay, getting the ball out of his hands. They used James Johnson, who had a tremendous night for Toronto, was all over the Sacramento Kings tonight. He had a bunch of dunks. He plays sparkling defense, which we've seen in the past. Johnson's done a really nice job of redefining his body and sort of bringing his career back from the dead after he left Sacramento. He did have some words for Sacramento earlier in the day, which weren't very nice, and I don't think Kings fans are going to receive him very well from now on, which is a typical thing for Sacramento Kings fans. Outside of those two, Ramon Sessions has a very nice game. He finishes with 15 points, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. Plays 29 minutes tonight because Darren Collison was very, very ineffective, and that is a big deal. We don't see the typical Darren Collison tonight. Kyle Lowry really ate him up. He ate Sessions up as well, ends up with 27 points, 13 assists, a very nice game for Lowry. But this game really became a game of quarters for the Toronto Raptors. In the first quarter, Terrence Ross goes off for 15 points, and this is a trend that we'll see throughout the game. James Johnson goes off for 10 points in the second quarter. Jonas Valanciunas gives another 10 points in the third quarter, and Lowry finishes it up in the fourth with 10 points. The Kings let specific players eat them alive in this game, which was very, very strange to see. Rudy Gay is finding a way to stuff the stat sheet. 20 points tonight, 10 assists, a career high for Gay. The team has a season-high 28 assists overall, 6 rebounds. Gay was double-teamed a lot of the game tonight. They really focused on him with Cousins out of the game. McLemore picked up some of that slack. Ramon Sessions picked up some of that slack. Again, Ramon Sessions, 15 points, 4 assists, 6 rebounds in place of Collison, who really had a tough time tonight. He really struggled greatly, especially against Kyle Lowry, who finishes with 27 points and 13 assists. This was a game that really became a game of quarters, especially for the Toronto Raptors. Terrence Ross scores 15 points in the first quarter. Second quarter, James Johnson goes off for 10 points. Jonas Valanciunas gives them 10 points in the third quarter, and Lowry comes back with 10 points in the fourth. The Kings really let individuals beat them tonight, which was very strange to see. Defense not great. You give up 117 points. You do score 109, so the pace of this game was nice and quick, but the defense was not good. On the plus side, the bench for the Kings was unbelievable. Derek Williams came in off the bench. He finishes with 18 points and 4 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the field. He only plays 15 minutes, 14 and a half minutes tonight. He was very, very effective, but he didn't really want to talk about it after the game.
I just want to be aggressive, anytime I go in there. And tonight, I just had a few possessions, or I had a few attacks. So I just want to get to the rim. That's it.
The combined win total of the last 4 teams the Kings have played, Houston, San Antonio, Memphis, and Toronto tonight, is 55-14 on this season. This was an absolute brutal stretch for the Kings, and we're now in December. They still have 10 more home games, and hopefully they can get back on the winning track. All right, let's go to our 3 keys to the game. Tonight, the first key is a race to the line. The Sacramento Kings actually dominated the Toronto Raptors. They go 28 of 37 from the free throw line. Toronto just 19 of 21. They were clearly the aggressor, 16 more free throw attempts, and that's without their horse, DeMarcus Cousins, who would have, again, had a big night against Toronto, as no one who can stop him. The one thing I'll point out is that 6 Kings finished with 4 or more free throws. It was a team effort, an aggressive team effort, except for on the defensive end where they were a sieve.
We went to a small lineup because our starting group couldn't guard their smalls to start the game, so I started the third quarter with Omri out there to give us a better chance to match up against their smalls. But now you leave yourself exposed on the glass a little bit, so it just can't be one guy. We can't ask Reggie Evans to go out and get 20 boards every night when DeMarcus is out. I think this all speaks to the importance of DeMarcus Cousins. Obviously, we all know how talented he is, but he's the anchor of our defense, and he's the central figure of our offense. And without him, we're struggling right now, and we have to find a way over the next 2 days to get ready for Orlando and Indiana to get this right, because I just hate how we're playing right now defensively.
Let's talk about that. The perimeter defense was the second key to tonight's game, and the Sacramento Kings absolutely got lit up from the perimeter. They gave up 10 of 23 from beyond the arc. Again, Lowry, 27 points, Ross with 20 points, Vasquez with 12, Patterson with 12 points. It's one of those things where the Kings really, really struggled to defend the perimeter, and then once they started defending the perimeter, Toronto ate them up inside. The one really nice note on this game is that Nick Stauskas had a very, very solid defensive effort. He scored 6 points in the loss, but he holds Lou Williams. Lou Williams on the season, 14.6 points per game and a little over 21 minutes. He's played tremendous all season long. He's lightning quick. Stauskas stayed in front of him the whole night, and he held him to 1 of 9 shooting, which was extremely impressive. Coming into this game, it was a key that Malone talked about, that he thought he would have to go to Ray McCallum to guard Lou Williams, but instead, Stauskas is the guy who bothers him with his length and does a very nice job. Let's go to Coach Malone talking about Stauskas' defense tonight.
Nick, give him a lot of credit. Lou Williams is one of the tougher covers in the NBA, and obviously he's been playing at a very high level for them. Nick did a really good job with his game plan, discipline, accepting the challenge. And, a night where Lou Williams goes 1 for 9. And I think, as you mentioned, James, I think Nick deserves a ton of credit because he guarded him extremely well and used his length on him. And I think that was very effective in holding him to 1 for 9 tonight.
All right, our third key to the game is turnovers. The Sacramento Kings did do a nice job tonight, as opposed to other nights. 28 assists, a season-high 28 assists, only 16 turnovers. Those 16 turnovers led to 20 points. The main turnover culprit tonight was Rudy Gay, who finishes with, again, a career-high 10 assists, but 4 turnovers. I think you'll live with the 16 turnovers. If the Kings could get 16 turnovers a night and hold it to between 13 and 16 a night, I think they're actually a pretty solid team. It's when they go into 20, 23 turnovers a night that this team really falls apart and loses on that side of the ball. Lastly, the player of the game tonight, it's got to be Derek Williams. While he did not want to talk about his performance tonight, Derek Williams was exciting. He was all over the place for the Sacramento Kings in his 14 minutes. Again, 18 points, 8 of 12 shooting. He hit a 3. He had a bunch of power dunks right in the game in crunch time, trying to get this team back in. They play Thriller every time Derek Williams scores a basket over the PA system, and it was fun to watch the fans respond to Derek Williams. Let's go to Derek Williams talking about the Sacramento Kings fans.
Yeah, like I always say, the fans here are always great. We just got to give them something to cheer for.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of the Cowbell Kingdom postgame show. I am James Ham. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back on Friday and Saturday. The Kings have back-to-back home games, which is very odd. Thank you for tuning in to the Cowbell Kingdom postgame show.